Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us for this Detroit Lions versus the Washington Commanders matchup, man. This is a rematch of one of last year's NFC divisional games. The Detroit Lions were coming off their greatest season in franchise history, and unfortunately, it ended in a one and done playoff run. And it was the Washington Commanders that did it. They were coming off one of their greatest franchises seasons, and they did it on the legs and arms of Jayden Daniels, the rookie sensation. But unfortunately, as some of you guys know, Jayden Daniels, a little bit of a sophomore slump, but as of last week, obviously a nasty dislocated elbow. He is going to be done for quite a bit here. So it'll be Marcus Mariota, another former first overall pick for the Washington Commanders today. So it's going to start out with a handoff, gets a gain of 6 or 7 yards, and that is Rodriguez getting the start here. So it looks like Krosky Moret, who's been the starter for most of the season, is not going to get the start here today. They actually handed off to Rodriguez. So 2nd and 4, ball at the 31. First off, welcome. If you're new to the channel, appreciate you watching, man. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe on the video. Helps out the channel a ton, and it's a great free way to help us out. Appreciate you. Thank you. And another run up the middle. This one good for about 2 or 3. So 3rd and short coming up for the Commanders. And sorry, let me switch over the ball here. Boom. Commanders with the ball to start the game. All right, 3rd and 2, ball at the 33-yard line. They need to get it to the 36 for a first. Mariota in the shotgun, running back to his right. He's got 3 receivers on that left side. Takes the snap, has a little bit of time. He's going to roll out to his left, delivers a ball deep down the field, and incomplete. Trying to get it to Zach Ertz, and that'll be 4th and 3. Zach Ertz is actually a guy that I was hoping, I don't know why they would, but I was hoping the Packers would actually send maybe like a 7th or a 6th to the Commanders, because Zach Ertz is still, even at he's like 32, 34 years old, somewhere around there, still a guy that can get the ball down the field, that can kind of stretch the seam. And the Packers needed somebody to kind of replace Tucker Kraft in that role. So Zach Ertz would have been a guy that I wish the Packers would have traded for, but it's not what they typically do. All right, punt is away, so a quick 3 and out. Going to be caught at the 18, returned all the way down to the 23. So not a great return by Khalif Raymond, but did not fumble it. Yeah, so Detroit coming off a surprise loss to the Minnesota Vikings in J.J. McCarthy's return from injury, able to make a great 4th quarter comeback. But yeah, Detroit is looking to kind of get back on track a little bit here, man. And no better team to do it against, a team that just lost their franchise quarterback for at least the next few weeks. All right, handoff. Jahmyr Gibbs, who had a rough game last week, he is going to be good for about 8 or 9 here on the first run for Detroit. All right, 2nd and 2. Handoff. And Jahmyr picks up the 2 that they needed. First down for Detroit. go, man. We got 3 people watching. First off, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And hey, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe and like the video. It helps out the video a ton. Helps get it into other people's views as well, or suggestions. So I appreciate you. Little dump down to St. Brown. He's to the 40, to the 45, and across the 50 before going out of bounds. Nice job, man. A little play action, getting it out to St. Brown in the flat, and picks up some big yardage after the catch. All right, 1st and 10 from the 49, actually. So handoff, and that's going to be good for about 4 yards there. I believe that was David Montgomery with a nice carry. Yeah, dude, St. Brown, man, he has been pretty dang good, man. 2nd in the NFL with 7 receiving touchdowns. Goff in the shotgun. 2nd and 6, ball at the 48. Gets it out to Jahmyr Gibbs. He's got a 1st down, and we'll pick up 7 yards on 2nd and 6. And that was the former All-Pro there, Bobby Wagner, one-on-one with one of the fastest receivers in the NFL and bringing him down. Yeah, once Bobby really has a hold on you, you typically don't get away. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 39, run up the middle. Jahmyr with some room, and it'll be a gain of 5 down to the 34. And update, the Texans, who were down 29-10. I'm pretty sure in the 4th quarter they were down. They came back to score 26 unanswered points, all in the 4th quarter, to win 36-29, dude. Insane. All right. Goff looking, play action, throwing it deep down the field, and St. Brown unable to haul that one in. Great coverage. Goff taking a hit as he threw. St. Brown might have been shaken up on that play. Yeah, something with his right eye. All right, 3rd and 5. Quick throw to the outside. Gets it out to Jameson Williams, and he'll pick up the 1st down along the right sideline. All right, we got 1st and 10 here for Detroit, continuing on their opening drive. They are looking good right now. Whether it's running it, passing it, they're picking up chunks of yardage. All right, ball at the 21. Hands it off to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he makes a man miss at the line of scrimmage and is able to get it down to the 15, gain of 6. All right, scoring update there. Seahawks have a 14-0 lead over the Cardinals with less than 5 minutes left in the 1st. All right, Goff looking, and this one is going to be, looks like it's going to be a timeout here by Washington, weirdly enough. looks like we're back. 2nd and 3. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. St. Brown in motion there to the left. All right, ball just past the 15-yard line. Takes the snap. Looking, throws it, and touchdown, Jahmyr Gibbs. Woo! Basically running a little bit of a... I think he was spread out as a receiver on the right side, man. Holy cow. Dahlia, let's go. Hey, hey. Let's go, Commanders. Absolutely. Unfortunately, they just gave up a touchdown. So not the best start. Not the best start, but, you know. Yep, a little angle route there by Jahmyr Gibbs, kind of starting out on the right side of Goff in the shotgun. Looked like he was going to run a flat and then just cuts it up the middle there. Goff hitting him in stride, and I mean, one of the fastest players in the NFL. Once you get him in motion with some momentum, it's going to be tough to bring him down. All right. Extra point is good, and the Lions on their opening drive looked just as impressive as they've ever looked this season, man. Just ripping through this Commanders defense. Dang. All right, guys. I will be right back. I got to use the bathroom. Well, enjoy couch. Enjoy couch. Oh, look at that. Look at that timing. Impeccable timing. Woo. Well, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. 8:24 here in the first. Jake Bates about to kick it off to the Commanders and see if Washington can get something going here on this second drive. Call it at the 2, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, 25. He's got a lane. He's through the 30, to the 35, 40, 45, and Jake Bates needs to make a tackle. Otherwise, he was going off for 6. A heck of a return. Woo. Still, Washington going to have great field position. I got to give it to Jake Bates, man. He was not afraid to lower a shoulder and deliver a hit. Heck of a job, man. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line. Nope, fakes the handoff. Looking, throws over the middle, and it's going to be a first down. Gain of 12, and that is Burks, Treylon Burks, the former first-round pick for Tennessee, man. Coming off the practice squad because they've been dealing with some injuries at wide receiver along with a bunch of others. So look at that, man. Marcus Mariota drafted by the Titans in the first round, throwing it to his former wide receiver over there in Tennessee, Treylon Burks. It's going to be another throw over the middle, and this one picks up a good chunk of yardage. Not a first down, but second and medium coming up. All right, 2nd and 3. Right into the left, and it's going to be a first down run for the Commanders, man. Let's freaking go. And that was McNichols with a nice run, man. He's been, even last week, man, when they were kind of struggling to move the ball, he was their most effective back. He has that versatility that you want in the passing game as well. Right now they're saying 3rd and 1. I could have sworn he picked up the first. There we go. Now it's 1st and 10. Ball just inside the 30. Marcus Mariota in the shotgun, running back behind him. Receiver in motion. Fakes the handoff, and Aiden Hutchinson able to bat the ball to the ground. Washington trying to set up a screen right behind him. Yeah, dude, one of the best defensive ends in the NFL, one of the best defensive players in the NFL, able to sniff that one out and just said, nah, no thank you. All right, 2nd and 10. Marcus, shotgun, running back to his right. Got a little bit of time, lofting one to the left, and it's going to go right through the hands of his receiver. That was a heck of a throw. It would have been a good catch, but there was some really dang good coverage down the field, man. And that is Terrion Arnold. Good to, if you're a Detroit fan, man, that is good to see him back on the field. He's missed the last couple of weeks with an injury, and you could tell when he's on the field. And that was Chosen Anderson, formerly Robbie Anderson or Roby Anderson. He's been in the league for a long time. 3rd and 10, clock is running down, and wow, they threw that flag immediately, dude. That thing barely hit 0 when that flag was up in the air. All right, well, 3rd and 15 here. It's not looking great for Washington, man, the last couple plays. I mean, they had great momentum. They had great tempo early on this drive, and then they just started to kind of stall out here. All right, 3rd and 15. Marcus, quick throw, gets it out, gets it inside the 30 and down near the 25. So that'll set up a makeable field goal. Once again, getting it out to Treylon Burks. David, it's cold here. Boo! Steve, what's going on? There is something wrong with New York teams. That type of choking is wild. You know? Yeah, I mean, if you're into it. 44-yard kick is up, and it is good, and the Commanders on the board here. Yeah, hold on, guys. Okay. There we go. Yeah, man. The Giants, man. Oh my God, they were up by 10 with like what 3 minutes left, I think, maybe a little bit more, and they just could not close it out, man. Yeah. So while we're on a commercial break, let's do one final kind of loop around to see what we've seen so far today. So obviously, starting out with the Germany game that started out very early, it was Falcons Colts. The Colts able to get an overtime victory, 31-25 over the Falcons. That was a really closely contested game. The Jets able to get their second win. They win 27-20 over the Browns. Saints able to score 17 unanswered points to win 17-7 over the Panthers. Patriots got a big win over the Buccaneers, 28-23. Ravens are on a nice little winning streak here, 27-19 over the Vikings, who will drop to 4-5, I believe, on the year. All right, let me see. Come on. There we go. The Bills, surprisingly, probably the biggest upset of the day. They get blown out by the Miami Dolphins, 30-13, and I don't even think it was that close. The Bills basically able to score a garbage touchdown kind of in the middle of that third quarter when they were down big for most of the game. Once again, the Giants had a 20-10 lead late in the fourth, and just like they have the last month and a half, they gave up a big fourth quarter to their opponent, and the Bears able to win 24-20, and they improved to 6-3 on the year. And then finally, we talked about it early in this game. Jags were up 29-10 early, I think almost midway through the fourth quarter, and the Texans just out of nowhere, Davis Mills comes in looking like prime Peyton Manning and scoring 26 unanswered points to win 36-29 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Not too surprising. We've seen Jacksonville over the last couple of years, especially under Trevor Lawrence's tenure, give up some massive fourth quarter leads. And the kick is away, and it'll be fair caught in the end zone. Detroit going to have some great field position here. Steve, and I take it back, Texans are a disgrace to Texas. Yeah, not many Texan fans are too happy today, man. I don't blame them. That was, how do you give up? How do you lose a 19-point lead in the fourth, man? That is just wild to me. All right, and at the end of one quarter, the Seahawks are looking like one of the best teams in the NFL. They are up 21-0 over the Cardinals, and right now the Rams have a 7-0 lead over the 49ers midway through the first. All right, 1st and 10, Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left, single receiver on that left side. Gets it out to St. Brown, and he's going to pick up a gain of about 17 across the 50 down in Commanders territory. Let's freaking go. You know what's really wild? The Wildcats. Woo, Wildcats. Which ones, man? Aren't there like 70 Wildcats in college football? I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's a lot. But yeah, man. But either way, Wildcats, wild. Run up the middle. Montgomery gets it across the 40. Gain of 13 for David Montgomery. Dude, the Commanders are just giving up massive chunks, man. This is an ugly looking defense, man. I don't have Detroit, Washington game. I have Rams in San Francisco. I have old school Detroit. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I feel you, man. Yeah, when I was looking at the coverage map, it looked like most of the country, especially the west, anything west of Wisconsin, was having that Rams and San Francisco game, which I would have liked because I feel like that's going to be potentially the more competitive game. But unfortunately, I live in the Midwest and I'm a little too close to Detroit, so we kind of got stuck with this one. But I still expect some decent football, at least from Detroit's side of it. The only Wildcats that matter, Kansas State University. Let's go, Wildcats. Heck yeah, man. What is Kansas State looking like right now? Kansas State, right now, they are 10th in the Big 12. Eesh. No bueno, no bueno. Yeah, right now they are 3-3. Oh, actually, that's in the conference. Sorry. So they're 4-5 on the year. They just lost to Texas Tech. Couple last week actually. So okay. Old school Detroit, Matthew Stafford, Rams. Oh, there we go. Old school Detroit. There we go. I gotcha. Old school Detroit. That's funny. I mean, you're not wrong, man. He is one of the older quarterbacks in the NFL. It's crazy to think that Stafford has been in the NFL for what, 17 years now? This is his 17th season. It's wild to me. I remember when they drafted him, the guy didn't have a beard yet. He couldn't grow one, and he still had the baby fat. I was like, dude, this kid looks like he's like 16 years old. What the heck is going on? All right. So Penei Sewell is being helped off the field. It looks like he's going to be evaluated for something. Oh, forgot to move the ball here. Sorry about that. Detroit does have the ball. It is 1st and 10 from the 37 of Washington. Play action. Goff looking. Finds his tight end to the 30, to the 25, and will be stopped up near the 23. Another big chunk play for Detroit, and that was Sam Laporta with a nice little catch over the middle. All right, man. We got 5 people watching. Let's freaking go. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Please make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't. Helps out the video a ton. Empty set. And in and out of the hands of St. Brown, man. St. Brown shaking his hand saying, "Ooh, that had some heat on it, man." All right, 2nd and 10. Hand off to Montgomery, and he's going to be good for about 3 yards down to the 20. 3rd down coming up. Seems like one of the few 3rd downs we've seen from Detroit early in this game. Just under 3:45 left in the first. All right, Goff changing a few things here at the line. Alone in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left. Gets it out to Laporta, and it's going to be a 1st down near the 13. Oh. And the Rams are now up 14-0 over San Francisco. All right, man. Let's see if the Rams can separate themselves, man. That NFC West has just been competitive almost the entire season, man. It's basically been a 3-team race. Seahawks, the Rams, and then the 49ers. You know, the Cardinals started out 2-0 on the year. All right, another handoff. This one, Montgomery able to scoot his way down to the 10, gain of 2. 2nd down coming up. Play action, rolling out to his left, and Goff trying to get it out, and that'll be incomplete, man. Washington's defense, man, playing that one perfectly. Oh man, I think if Goff would have hit St. Brown, man, it may have not gone for a touchdown, but it would have picked up at least 3 or 4 yards down the field. Yeah, they had St. Brown lined up on the right side, but as the snap happened, as the play action was happening, he ran underneath the offensive line towards the left sideline. All right, Goff looking, throws, gets it underneath to St. Brown, and he's got it! Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown on 3rd and 7 gets into the end zone. Let's go. I know we need the Commanders to win, but you can only celebrate a good touchdown. Dang it. All right, 154 left in the third. Bates about to tack on another extra point here. And right down the middle. Lions jumping out to an 11-point lead here late in the first. All right, let's look at the schedule here. Where are we at? Jesus. Seahawks with 13:29 in the second quarter. So pretty early in the second quarter, they have jumped up to a 28-0 lead over the Cardinals, man. This is a freaking beatdown. With 3:25 left in the first, the Rams are up 14-0. And obviously in this game, late in the first, Detroit up 14-3. So a couple blowouts might be developing here in these late afternoon games. Packers Nation, Hawks winning 28-0. Yep. Dude, that is rough, man. Steve, come on, Washington. Do what New Orleans did for Dallas and win this game. GD while I'm writing. Oh, dude. Steve, I love your passion, my man. I love it. Packers Nation. Lions looking like a blowout. Maybe, man. I'm not yet. Once if it's 24-3 and we haven't really seen anything from the Commanders, then yeah. They started looking good on that second drive, man. They were moving the ball down the field, and then it just kind of stalled out with some penalties and some bad runs. So we'll see how they look here, man. We'll see how they look. Like I said, I'm hoping it's a close game. I felt like it was going to be a little bit of a blowout, One team needs to prove something. They're coming off a tough loss in the division, and the other team just lost its franchise quarterback for the next month, if not more. Also on a little bit of a losing streak as well. So, yeah, man. I'm just hoping Washington can make it competitive. All right, caught at the 6, 15 to the 20, 25, and gets it down near the 27. So, decent return. Still doesn't matter how many points in the Commanders score, their defense will allow more. Probably. It's usually how it's been for most of the season, unfortunately for him. And Moret running up the middle, head full of steam, and he picks up about 6 yards there. Nice run by the rookie. Second and 4. Little play action. Marcus looking, throwing it, and he's got his man. And that is Chosen. Sorry, Robbie Chosen there. Ooh, catching it right at the 50, picking up a first down. I think I called him Chosen Anderson. Sorry, his name is Robbie Chosen. Used to be Robbie Anderson. David, feeling about Vikings losing today? Let's freaking go. I mean, at least one NFC North foe lost. We'll take it. We'll take it. Run up the middle, and it's going to be a gain of 1 for Krosky Moret, the rookie. So third and 9 coming up. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I was like, wait. I was like, did I miss a play? Second and 9. They were showing third down on the broadcast here. What the heck is going on? Throw down the field, and that'll be incomplete. Stops the clock with 1 second left in the first. Now it's third and 9. Am I crazy, or is CBS not showing the Seahawks game? Yeah, I was wondering. It might be a Paramount Plus thing. Marcus Mariota running, and he's brought down for a sack, and that is Brian Branch. I almost didn't know that it was Brian because he doesn't have that green mouthpiece on his helmet anymore. So unfortunately for the Commanders, this drive will go nowhere. Looked great on the first 2 plays. All right, man. That'll be the end of the first here in Landover, Maryland. Oh, biscuits. Sorry, guys. Forgot to move who has the possession. Commanders have it. They're about to punt it away. So yeah, so what I'm seeing, so Google is saying that there's a blackout on this game. So unless you have Sunday Ticket, you cannot see it on YouTube. So you either need to have Hulu, NFL Plus, or Paramount Plus to be able to see it. Which is wild to me, man. Like, that's the one thing I never was a huge fan of, like some other sports. Like the NFL does a decent job of getting games to their fans, especially the local fans. But like as a person that used to live in Milwaukee, it was impossible to see the Bucks unless you went to a bar, like unless you bought a package as well. Like if I don't know, Brewers, same thing. It was always tough unless it was like the playoffs. Yeah, man. The NFL, for the most part, I feel like they do a better job than some of the other sports of getting the game into as many people's hands as they can. But there are times where I'm just like, why? Like, I understand it's money, but still. What is going on with my shoulder right now? But yeah, seems like the Seahawks game is blacked out right now in most markets. Yeah, like even if you have like YouTube TV, it won't show unless you have the Sunday ticket. All right. We're back here. 4th and 22. Commanders are about to punt this one away at the start of the second quarter. Woo! Nearly got blocked there. Going to be caught at the 15, and he retreats, and he's taken down. Kalif Raymond having his legs taken out from under him, and I think he might have lost a yard or two on the return. What the F are the 49ers doing? 14-0. They're losing. They're losing, man. Looks like the Seahawks are about to score another touchdown. It is 2nd and goal from the 1 in Arizona. All right, usually the Cardinals defense is really the only thing that's working for the Cardinals for this season, and it seems like that has been shut off. Like, who did they just say, hey, any fans from the stands, you guys want to start in this game defensively for us? All right, little play action, gets it out to Jameson Williams, I think. Picks up about 6 or 7 yards. Actually, no, that's not Williams. Sorry about that. That is Kalif Raymond. Yeah, a lot of moving parts on that play, man. Everything was kind of moving to the left. They faked the end around to the. Sorry, everything was moving to the right. They faked the end around to the left. Handoff up the middle. Jahmyr Gibbs gets the first down and is across the 30 down near the 31. Detroit's offense keeps it going, dude. Holy cow, man. We got 8 people watching this game. Let's freaking go, man. I like it. I like it, man. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. We got 1st and 10. Goff under center. 2 receivers to the right. Single back in the backfield. Jahmyr Gibbs breaking away to the 40, 35, 50. Sorry, 45, 50. And it's going to be in Commanders territory, man. Just running it just outside the tackle there. And dude, look at this, dude. The blocking down the field is just insane. Yeah, dude, this Commanders defense is Jahmyr Gibbs nearly averaging 10 yards per carry. 6 carries, 58 yards. All right, ball at the 42. Play action. Goff looking. The ball is popped up in the air and drops in between 2 defenders for an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Let's freaking go, man. We got 11 people watching, man. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Please make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't. It helps out the channel. It's a great free way to support us here, man. Thank you. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 42. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 receivers on the right side. Looking. Throws to the right. Gets it out to Jahmyr Gibbs. He's to the 35 and will be taken down about a yard or two shy of the first. Third down coming up. All right, 3rd and 2. Goff in the shotgun. Hands it off to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll pick up 3 on 3rd and 2 and a first down for Detroit. Ball at the 31. All right, 1st and 10. Goff in the shotgun. Running back to his right. He's got 2 receivers stacked up on that left side. Goff looking, throws it underneath. He's got some room. Kalif Raymond stays on his feet and will get it inside the 20 down near the 18. Gain of about 13 yards. Dude, there is just so much freaking space on this defense, man. 1st and 10. Jahmyr Gibbs up the middle and gets nothing. Actually may have picked up a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up. $35-0 now. I am disgusted. How the F Dallas lost to this team. It was a bad night. It was a bad night for Dallas. Holy cow, man. With not even midway through the second quarter, the Seahawks have taken a 35-0 lead over the Cardinals. And the Rams, early in the second, they have a 21-0 lead over the 49ers. What the heck is going on in the NFC West? Goff pressure throws, and that'll be incomplete. There was something going wrong with that play because there is a flag, so we'll see. It's going to be on the Commanders. So even when it looks like they might have gotten some pressure on Goff and nearly got a big play, Kinlaw is the one with the penalty there. Was basically offsides, and that'll give Detroit a free 5 yards and a second chance here on 2nd and 4. All right, ball at the 13. Goff hands it off. Jahmyr Gibbs breaking the tackle, and he's going to take the edge and gets it into the end zone with some help. Touchdown, Detroit, and we are in the midst of a trio of blowouts here, man. Weirdly enough, this is the closest game that the NFL is showing right now. Otherwise, you have the Cardinals losing by 35 points. You have the 49ers losing by 21. And barring the extra point here, Washington is about to be down 18 points in this game. And somehow they are the most competitive team that is losing so far. And it looks like we have a Washington commander down on the ground. That's not a good sign. Frankie Louvu's like me right now, man. He's trying to stretch out some. I don't know. Something's going on with my my left shoulder here. But yeah. Also, Frankie Louvu being checked on the sidelines as well. His right arm is having apparently some issues. Might be actually a right shoulder. And it's number 23, Amos. He is not only slow to get up, but he's actually being assisted by two Washington trainers to be able to get off the field. That's not good. I switched to a rugby game on NBC and asked a Scotland dude about it, and he's like, yeah, that was yesterday, so these TV stations are just trolling us. Unbelievable, dude. Yep, man. And they expect us to pay more, man. Come on. Seems like every couple months they're like, yeah, we're gonna add an extra $1 to your subscription. It's like, oh, we're gonna get like some new stuff. No, it's the same stuff. We're just gonna charge you more. OMG, Washington, that is unexpected from you. I really supported you, but as always, you suck. Oof. Kicking them while they're down, man. Gotta be nice. All right, we're still waiting on the extra point. I don't know what's taking forever. We already have the player's been off the field for like the last like minute and a half. Okay, so looks like Detroit is going to go for 2 here. Why? It's already a 17-point lead. You're already up by 3 scores. All right. Well, apparently Dan Campbell's just bored, so he's just going to go for 2 here. Goff in the shotgun, Montgomery to his right, single receiver to the left. And Montgomery gets the 2-point conversion right up the middle like a hot knife through butter, man. No resistance. Whew. I get irked that they take stuff off. Like, just leave the older content there. I know, man. 100%. 100%. Oh, also now MLB is now in trouble for rigging games. Oh boy, 2 pitchers for rigging. What kind? How many pitches they throw in a game? Jesus. Oh my god, dude. And like, you know what the worst thing is, man? Like, again, as a person that has been around sports, like for most of my life, whether it's high school, college, I even have a buddy that played in the NFL early in the 2000s. I was able to work with him. The amount of hard work, and granted, he was not like he was a practice squad guy, kind of elevated every once in a while. This is before like you could be on the practice squad forever. And dude, the amount of hard work that goes into all of this stuff, from coaches to players that are like on the bubble, and like from everybody, man. And here we're just talking about the guys that get credit for playing the game or coaching the game. Like the amount of work that people put in, that like work the stadium, work the equipment room, like the amount of all that stuff that goes into this. Those are the people that unfortunately, when dumb stuff is done like this, where you're betting on your own stuff or just like really things that should have no bearing on the league, the people that suffer the most are not the guys that are making potentially millions of dollars or coaches whose contracts are guaranteed or all this other stuff. It's the people that are working those hours that are still trying to make ends meet at the end of the day. Those are the people that get affected the most when something like a team or leagues, um, basically their reputation is tarnished. It sucks, man. So yeah, man. Hopefully, if it's found out to be true that they actually did this, and hopefully there's actually like good proof. Um, yeah, hopefully these guys get caught and hopefully they get punished in an appropriate way, and hopefully this doesn't continue, man. We already kind of know that the NFL, especially with the referees, they if there's ever like a close game or a game that's starting to get out of hand, we'll start to see the referees maybe play a little bit closer. They'll start throwing some flags to try to make this game a little bit more interesting so they don't lose people, viewers. I mean, we already know that happens, and to be honest with you, it's whatever. And the kick goes out of bounds, man. Jake Bates. All right. We already kind of know that happens, and that happens at any sport. Like, you don't want to see a blowout typically. But yeah, when you have players or coaches making decisions like that, dude, it just kind of ruins the game. No. All right. Well, the Commanders are going to have great field position here because of the kick going out of bounds for Detroit. Run to the left there, and that only picks up about 2. It looks like it was going to be a little bit more, but Nichols. Second down coming up. Let me see here. David, I hope this gets a few people to wake up and how dumb the sports betting is. They're dropping 75 trillion, maybe less, on ads every day. The money isn't coming out of the exact spot. Absolutely. Yeah, man. That's why I don't. I personally don't bet. It's one thing if me and my buddy are like, hey, you want to, throw $5 or $10 on this game? Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I'm not gonna be throwing $20 per whatever it is. Throw down the field, and it's caught. It's caught by Lane. Marcus Mariota dropping a dime over the middle of the field, man. Ooh, great layering, man. Both receivers were basically bunched up on the right side. They both went vertical. One ran a little short, flat or inside route, and the other one kind of just kept on going over the top. So great job, man. Let's freaking go. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 33. Handoff up the middle, and it's going to pick up 9 yards here. 2nd and 1. I don't understand the NBA thing. Why do they do that since they don't need it in the first place? Yeah, dude, it's well, we just saw another touchdown, and oh no, that's the same one that we've been talking about. Never mind. Yeah, dude, it's we knew it was gonna happen, man. Like anytime it was already kind of there, but now when the leagues are like, yeah, well, let's promote betting, it makes it a lot more common, and you're gonna get people making dumb decisions. Run to the right there, and it's a 1st down for the Commanders. Yeah, man. I mean, hopefully, if those bets, hopefully the betting, whoever it is, I don't know what to call them, but those betting apps or whatever, hopefully they return some of that money. Maybe not. I don't know. Toss to the left, and that goes nowhere, man. Woo. Who was that? Number 51. That was Roy Lopez, the defensive tackle, blowing that play up in the backfield. Loss of about 3 or 4. All right. Well, they're saying that he lost 2. Dang it. All right. 2nd and 12. Mariota in the shotgun, running back to his right. All right. Ball at the 25. Marcus Mariota taking off and running. He's going to stay on his feet, jumps in the air, and is taken down at the 18. Luckily, he landed on his feet like a cat. Yeah, man. Marcus, he still got the wheels, man. Even, what, 10 years into the NFL, can still take off and run. And it'll be 3rd and 3 coming up for Washington here. Ball at the 17-yard line. Marcus keeping this one. He stumbles his way, and it'll be about a yard, or maybe a half a yard shy of the first. Like a cat. Meow. All right, man. It's going to be 4th and 1, but it's about half a yard that they need here. Come on, Commanders. Please just score a touchdown here, man. We don't want to see 3 blowouts in this. Oh, my God. Like I said, this is the most competitive game. It's a 19-point game, and somehow this is the closest game we have. Marcus looking, throws it over the middle, and that is going to be a catch by Zach Ertz, who takes a hit as he caught that one. But all right, man. 1st and goal, I think, at around the 6-yard line for the former Philadelphia Eagle. Holy cow, man. We got 8 people watching. You guys are crazy. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Little end around to the left. He's got some room and going to be taken down right at the one that is Deebo Samuel with his, I believe that might be his first true look. I don't think we've seen him catch a pass today, so. All right, we got 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Let's go. Come on. We got 3:50 on the clock here in the second. This second quarter kind of going at a clip a little bit. 2 receivers to the right. Handoff up the middle and touchdown. Rodriguez nearly taking the head off of a photographer with that spike. Jesus. She was just like, holy, oh, whoa, wait. Like, I'm just trying to take a picture here, man. If you have a chance, look back at this spike. I mean, it wasn't even a spike. He was throwing it. Jesus. Wow. Okay. A little aggressive. She's like, oh my God, congratulations. All right. Extra point is right down the middle here. All right. Commanders with 3:39 able to... Oh, come on. It's a penalty on the extra point. Hopefully it's after the play. Come on. All right. Well, they're going to move him back 5 yards. Steve, it could be 4. We don't know what the Chargers are going to give us against the Steelers. It's true. True. But I mean just the games that are playing right now, which is, I don't think, just inside. That one nearly going wide left, but able to sneak it into that, inside that left upright. So it is a 22-10 lead for Detroit here, up by 12. All right, so let's look around the league as some of these games are approaching the end of their second quarter. So the Cardinals on the board. It is now only 35-7 over there in Seattle. They got 2:50 left in the second quarter. The Rams and 49ers, still a shutout. It is 21-0. 49ers do have the ball at the 17 of LA. It's 4th and 2. There's about 4:12 left in the first half. Yeah. No, no, yeah. Hopefully the Sunday night game is not a freaking blowout, man. But yeah, talking about the games that we're playing right now, 3 blowouts potentially. Thankfully, the Commanders have kind of made it a little bit tighter. A little bit tighter. Oh my god. Dude, what the heck did I do to my shoulder right now? It was fine. I don't know what happened, but my shoulder's all jacked up right now. All right. I think I might need an NFL trainer to check me out, man. Can I get a blue tent on the stream? No? Okay. All right. All right, looks like we're coming back from the commercial break here. Sorry, they just re-showed him throwing the ball towards the photographer. She's like, "Oh Jesus!" All right, Gay about to kick this one off to Detroit. 3:39, plenty of time for Detroit to just kind of drive down the field here. Gonna get it to the 20, 25, stumbles his way backwards across the 30, down near the 33-yard line. And Vakai with a decent return, man. All right, we got 3:33 here. Goff under center. Single back in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, looking down the field, and Khalif Raymond might have picked up a big catch over the middle, getting it down near the 48. I mean, rude to throw the ball at a photographer, but also that's like skydiving. You know, there's a risk in activity. Absolutely, absolutely. And hopefully she's getting paid well. Hopefully she's getting paid well. Yeah, like I don't think it was intentional. I don't think he was like trying to throw it at her. I think it was just, hey man, we're getting our butt whooped. We finally scored a touchdown. I think it was just the emotions of it. So yeah, nothing against Rodriguez. It was clearly not intentional. I just like picture being her, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get a great shot. He's walking towards me, and then all of a sudden you just see a football just flying towards your head. You're like, oh Jesus. So hopefully she got a good shot. And San Francisco touchdown. Let's freaking go. Good, man. Finally. This game's getting a little. Let's go. Let's go. Apparently, the Cardinals, the Rams, and the Commanders didn't get the memo that, hey, you can actually play offense or play defense in the first quarter. You don't need to, let the other team score. All right. Hey, we got 7 people watching right now. Let's go. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, if you haven't yet, please make sure you leave a like on the video. It helps out a ton. Plus, also, if you haven't as well, subscribe to the channel, man. Helps out the channel a bunch. It's a great free way to support the channel. Plus, it lets me know that you like this kind of stuff as well. All right, we're still on the commercial break. We're not missing a thing. So yeah, it's still 35-7 with under 2 minutes left in that Cardinal Seahawks game. We got 21-7 Rams on top with 3:15 left in the first half. And right now, let's check it out. Jared Goff, 12 of 16, 146 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs, 9 for 75 and a touchdown on the ground. So yeah, the reason we went to commercial break is they were double checking if Khalif actually secured the ball. And the call on the field is going to be reversed. It was called an incomplete pass, but he actually held on to it, man. Let's go. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 50. Hand off to David Montgomery, and he'll pick up 4 yards down to the 46 of Washington. And looks like we have a Detroit player down on the ground. It might actually be the center because the backup, Cologne, is taking a couple practice snaps with Jared Goff. All right, we're going to go to another commercial break. Biscuits, come on. So we're on a commercial break. We're not missing a thing right now. Wow, this commercial break is taking freaking forever, man. Jesus. Okay, there we go. So they're showing where he got hurt and So yeah, Graham Glasgow Just kind of maybe got rolled on a little bit. He seems fine now. It's going to be a run up the middle, picks up about 3, maybe 4. David Montgomery sets up a 3rd and 2 coming up. What's the clock? The clock is at 2:39, 2:38, 2:37, 2:36, 2:35, 2:34, 2:33, 2:32, 2:31, 2:30. If you want to sync it up with us. Taterhead, let's go. Graham Glasgow is down on the field, and the Lions are kneeling around him. So, yeah. So the good news is they showed Glasgow, and it looked like he was more angry than anything else. So hopefully he's okay. It's going to be a run up the middle, and I think Montgomery picked up the 3 yards. He might have picked up 4, so be another first down for Detroit here near the 41. So we just hit the 2-minute warning here. And another commercial break. I bet the NFL has loved the last 5 minutes. I think we've seen about 30 seconds of football versus like 5.5 minutes of commercials. All right, let's quickly do a little bit of an update around the league. Let's hope. All right, Seahawks were able to tack on a field goal, so now it is 38-7. Rams have the ball at their own 32 with 2 minutes left. They are still leading 21-7. And the Seahawks game only has 1:16 left. Cardinals have the ball at their own 36. But yeah. All right, guys, what do you think? Detroit's going to be able to get another touchdown on this drive. They got 2 minutes. They got 3 timeouts. What do you think? What do you think? Let me know in chat. All right, listen, we're coming back from the commercial break. Come on. All right, there's actually going to be a 4th and 1 coming up here. They need to get the ball to the 40. Goff under center. Play action. Gets it out to his tight end for a first down to the 35, to the 30, and down around the 25. Sam Laporta, man. Catching that one as the pressure was getting to Goff. Nearly batted at the line. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 27. Goff under center, a little play action. Trying to set up a screen, and that is going to be incomplete. Yeah, Washington sniffing that one out, man. They knew what was happening. And then almost about 3 or 4 guys who were just like waiting for that ball to be thrown. They were just kind of drifting a little bit to the left. All right, 2nd and 10 coming up here. Goff in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking, dumps it underneath to Montgomery, and he's going to be taken down for a loss of about 2. I think that was Von Miller, man, former Defensive Player of the Year, sniffing that one out. And Washington uses their 2nd timeout here, trying to get the ball back before the half, seeing if they can chip away at this lead before the half. So yeah, with a few seconds left, the Cardinals have the ball at their own 6, but they only have 42 seconds left, so likely not going to get much out of that one. 49ers have the ball with 37 seconds left. They have it at the 50. Quick throw, Sam Laporta catching it about a yard shy, and it'll be 4th and 1 coming up here. And from the looks of it, Detroit is not going to settle for a field goal, which would make it a 15-point lead, but they're going to go for it. Come on, Washington. Do the impossible and win this. All right, 3 receivers bunched up on the left. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right, takes the snap, looks, throws, gets it out to Khalif Raymond, who's going to be inside the 10 down to the 8. 1st and goal coming up for Detroit. And they're probably going to have to use a timeout here at some point. And a handoff. Montgomery gets it down to the 6. Gain of 2. 2nd and goal coming up. Yeah, Detroit used their 1st time out here, so they got 2 more 2nd and goal from around the 6-yard line. All right, Goff, little play action. Gets it out to St. Brown. He's got a man, and he picks up about a yard down to the 5. It's a great job, man, by Washington sniffing that one out. It's when you see quite a bit there in Detroit. All right, he did step out of bounds, so that stopped the clock at 16 seconds. 3rd and goal from, looks like they're saying just inside the 5. Quick throw and incomplete, trying to get it to St. Brown. Again, running a flat route there to the right now. From the looks of it, they're going to settle for a field goal here with 14 seconds left. We'll see if Jake Bates can tack on a couple more points there before the half. This one from just 22. Kick is up, right down the middle. All right, 11 seconds left, and it is 25-10. Detroit on top. All right, man. Not what I was hoping for in this game. I was hoping the Commanders could pull an upset on, but so far, not the freaking case. Come on, man. Oh, we got a flag. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Commanders. So that was on Quan Martin. So he's not going to be ejected, but that will be his first towards that potentiality. So hopefully, that does not happen. I think he took exception to being kind of blocked low on the extra point there, or the field goal. All right. Kick is away. Bates going to kick this one out of bounds again. What the heck is going on here, man? So for the second time today, Bates' kick goes out of bounds. So it's actually going to be at the 25, and Mariota takes a knee to get to the halftime, man. All right. Not going to lie, the second half, or the last couple minutes here kind of petered out a little bit. All right, but for Detroit, man, they are up big, 25-10. It was looking like a big blowout was coming, man. It was at one point it was 22-3, but Commanders able to claw a touchdown and able to hold Detroit there for a field goal just before the half. All right, let's look around the league. All three of these games going at halftime, basically at around the same time. So, once again, Seahawks up 38-7 over their division rivals, the Arizona Cardinals. The Rams also up big over their division rivals, 21-7 at halftime, and Detroit on top, 25-10 here at the half. All right, let's look at some of the freaking numbers here, man. So Jacoby, 10 for 18, 143, no touchdowns, no picks. He is the leading rusher, which is not a good sign when a mid-30s quarterback is your leading rusher. That's usually not a good sign. 3 runs for 16 yards. Trey McBride, 3 for 62. Emery DeMarcado, the running back there, 2 for 36. And Marvin Harrison, 2 for 24. That's about it. For the Seahawks, Sam Darnold, 9 for 10. I think, what was it last week? He started out like 15 of 15 or something like that. He was on a roll, man. 167 yards through the air, one touchdown, no interceptions. Kenneth Walker, 8 for 38, averaging 4.8 yards per carry. Rashid Shaheed, the newly acquired man from New Orleans, has 2 carries for 20 yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 4 for 82 and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp, healthy enough to play, 2 for 74. And that's about it. 2 sacks for Trice Knight. A sack for Leonard Williams. A half a sack for Nick Menwuri and Demarcus Lawrence. And then finally a half a sack for... so there's just a lot of sacks. That's what... That's what's making up the difference here. Let me see here. Who else got the sack? Derek Hall and Boye Mafe with half a sack. So, Jesus. So, we're looking at 5 sacks for the Seahawks already in this first half to beat down. Alrighty. Dahlia, hey, mid-30 isn't old. We're in their prime of lime. Whatever you say, Dahlia, all right? Okay, I'm kidding. No, of course, man. But, still, man. Let's just say Jacoby was never known for being a super mobile quarterback. Like, that was not, like, the thing. He's like, oh, yeah, Jacoby, man. He's like Russell Wilson, Don't get me wrong, Jacoby can run, for sure. But he's not known for that. He's definitely more of a drop back, throw the ball kind of guy. But no offense to the mid-30s. Trust me, I'm not too far off. Like, probably within the next year or two, I'll be definitely in that category. I think maybe me and Jacoby might be the same age. Let me look at this up. So I found out how old he is. We're not going to talk about it. I'll just say he's older than me. Not by much. All right. Well, now I feel stupid for talking smack about Jacoby Brissett. We're not going to talk about it. We'll move on. All right. Let's look. Let's look at the Rams. See how those stats are looking. I'm talking about burritos. There we go. Yes. What's your favorite burrito? Chicken, steak, or if you're a vegetarian, might be something else. Yeah. Let me know what your favorite burrito ingredients are. Sure, we might not be able to know why our shoulder hurts. We simply turn our heads. It's true. Actually, the shoulder feels a lot better. I don't know what was going on. I don't know, but it's a lot better now. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did to hurt it, and I don't know what I did to fix it. So, you know what? I'm not gonna ask any questions. Everything is fine. There's probably no underlying issues. If it no longer hurts, it's fixed, right? All right. So Matthew Stafford, 14 of 23, 173 through the air, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Kyren Williams, 9 for 50 yards and a touchdown. Devontae Adams, 5 for 75 yards. Puka Nacua, 3 for 47 and the touchdown. Tyler Higbee, 5 for 15. Xavier Smith, 1 for 14. And the backup tight end, Davis Allen, 2 catches for 8 yards, but he does have a touchdown. Chile Verde pork burrito because it comes with some beans that have some meat. Ooh, there we go. And rice. So I eat the beans, rice, the chips, salsa, take burrito home for leftovers. There we go. There we go. See, man, that's the best, man. Anytime you can get a meal and a half out of something, perfect. Perfect. right. But yeah, man, offensively for the Rams, man, that's about it. Nothing too crazy. Mac Jones, 15 of 19, 151 through the air, one touchdown, no picks. Brian Robinson, 3 for 17. He is the leading rusher. That's insane, dude. Christian McCaffrey, 7 for 14. Jawan Jennings, 6 for 71 and a touchdown. George Kittle, 5 for 56. Demarcus Robinson, 1 for 12. And Christian McCaffrey, 3 for 12. So Christian McCaffrey has touched the ball 10 times and has come away with just 26 total yards, man. That's pretty impressive by the Rams, dude. That's a heck of a job. That's probably a big reason why they're up by 14. All right, man. That's about it. All right, man. What is my ideal burrito? All right. Um, so rice and beans automatically got to have some of that. Um, I'm a steak, carne asada, you know. And I'm not talking about like the big chunks that you get like at like Chipotle. I'm talking about the traditional little bite-sized pieces, not ground beef, but could be. Um, what else? Some lettuce, some tomato, a little bit of crumbly cheese, queso fresco. If you know, you know. And then avocado. Gotta have avocado. It helps to make sure it's not super dry. And then a big old tortilla, man. Oh, yeah. Dang, dude, now I'm hungry. Why am I talking about food? Dang it. But yeah, man, that's my ideal burrito. A little bit of salsa, obviously, but I like to have it on the side. That way I can kind of control, you know? Boom. Chile verde is good. Don't be wrong, pork burrito. Can't go wrong with some pork, man, especially if it's from a good establishment. Oh, so good. But yeah, man. That's my ideal burrito. Throw some avocado on there. That takes it to a whole nother level, man. Just saying. All right, still at halftime here. Yeah, so coming into this game, Detroit was coming in with the 12th ranked pass defense in the NFL, giving up basically 200 yards per game, which is pretty dang good, man. They've been consistent. They've gotten better as the season has progressed. Early on, the first two games, they were giving up some big chunk plays, especially in that Packers game in week one. But they've kind of tightened things up. They dealt with some injuries in the secondary. Even then, they had their backups, those guys from the practice squad, really coming on, and they were able to weather the storm for a bit. For the Commanders, they came in giving up 254 yards through the air, which was ranked 29th in the NFL. And as you can tell, I mean, Detroit has had basically almost all day to throw, and their guys have been just getting open consistently, man. So something tells me that's not going to get better as the game goes on. And yeah, it's going to be one of those games where the Commanders' offense is going to have to kind of wake up and just be willing to take some risks down the field. Because otherwise, Detroit's just going to eventually just pull away. Um, Detroit coming in here with the 10th ranked run defense, giving up about 95 yards per game. So once again, something that's gotten better as the season has gone, but they're definitely nowhere near as dominant as they were last year. I think they were ranked inside, I think the top five. So definitely giving up more yardage this year. They've been a little bit more susceptible. They've lost some guys on the line to either injury or I think even free agency. And we'll see if that continues, man. So far, they've been able to kind of keep most of the running game for uh, this Commanders team in check. Nichols has found some room. Mariota has obviously picked up a few first downs with some runs. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Third quarter about to start here. Let's freaking go. All right. Kick is away. Detroit returning it to the 15, to the 20, 25, and taken down at the 28. Khalif Raymond. Uh oh. Uh oh. Oh, boy. We got a commander down. Looks like he is kind of got his bell rung. He's struggling to get up. Clearly a concussion. The good news is they got his teammates were kind of keeping him down, or at least they were making sure that he didn't just like fall. And now the trainers are there, so that's good. Ooh, oh, and that was a Kaho, Kaho, number 51, just coming in there, kind of unfortunately leading with his helmet. It looks like he got the worst of it. Damn. Yeah, man, you gotta keep your head up, man. Keep your head up when you're tackling. All right. So while we're going to a commercial break here, uh, talking about defensive runs, Commanders giving up 124 yards on the ground, which is basically good for 22nd in the NFL, or bad for 22nd in the NFL, man. So definitely giving up some big chunk plays, and obviously things have not changed here. They're giving up big runs to Jahmyr Gibbs, even David Montgomery, who has been kind of struggling to get consistent big plays. Even he's averaging a healthy yardage in this game. So once again, it just doesn't look like Detroit is going to be giving away the lead here at any point. Everything indicates to a big win for the Lions and a tough afternoon for the Commanders. But turnovers can always change that. Let's hope they get a couple turnovers here. Still on the commercial break. So the good news is Coho is up. He does need help getting to the blue tent, so hopefully there's some good news. Hopefully it's not too bad. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 28. Goff under center, single receiver to the left, single back in the backfield. Play action. Looking, throwing it down the field, and he gets it out to Jameson Williams, and he will be spun out of bounds, but not after picking up some big yardage along the left sideline. Yeah, it looks like he got it around the 35. All right, Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got 3 receivers on that right side. Looking, throws, gets it out to, I believe that is the rookie Tesla, catching a 1st down, gain of 11 along the left sideline there, able to tap the toes before going out of bounds. All right, 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. Jahmyr Gibbs to the 35, to the 30. Spun down across the 25, and another 1st down run for Jahmyr Gibbs here today. Yeah, he struggled mightily last week against the Vikings, but tonight, man, he's been a lot better. Probably going to be going well over 100 yards on the ground. Yeah, so far, actually already has 13 touches for over. Actually, no, that's all together. That's his receptions as well. Throw, gets it out to Jameson Williams and picks up 12 yards down near the 13. And Detroit just picking up chunks. The Commanders playing very soft coverage, man. They're basically like 7 or 8 yards off the line. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 14 officially. Goff in the shotgun, looks, throws, gets it out to Jameson Williams, and he gets away. Touchdown. There it is, man. For the former Alabama product, gets into the end zone. To me, it looked like Dan Campbell was very much trying to get Jameson a touchdown. It's been a little bit of a down year compared to what we're used to with this young man. Yep. Williams immediately goes to the sidelines, gives Dan a big old hug. There you go. Roll Tide. And Bates' kick is good. Detroit reestablishing their 22-point lead here. Yeah, Williams has got to be careful when he celebrates, man. He freaking basically did a somersault going into the end zone. All right. First commercial break. Let's look and see if there's anything new going on. Oh, the 49ers with 9:20. Not only do they have the ball, they have scored a touchdown already, and they are only down by 7. 14-21. 49ers on a 14-0 run. Let's go. This is only a 21-point lead. Can't take the foot off the gas yet if you're Detroit. However, Seahawks is up by 38-7 over Arizona, so they could probably put in their cheerleaders. I don't know, man. I feel like the cheerleaders might outdo the regular guys, man. They might be able to put up 40 points on the way that Arizona's playing. Yeah, trying to see an update for any of the injuries here, but nothing so far. Yeah, man. Detroit has yet to punt the ball in this game, man, which is it's I would say it's be surprising, but again, we're talking about one of the worst defenses in the NFL going up against a offense that has weapons all over the freaking field. All right. Marcus Mariota going to see if he can get another touchdown drive here, man. Try to keep this game just slightly within reach. Looks like the Lions are winning. Probably, yes. Yeah, man. 22-point lead here. First and 10, ball at the 31. Handoff up the middle here, and that'll be a gain of about 6 down near the 32. Second and 5. Marcus running for his life. He's to the 40, to the 45, and goes out of bounds after picking up a first down. All right, first and 10, ball at the 46. Handoff, and looks like Moret able to pick up about 4, getting it down near midfield here at the 50. Second and 6. Marcus in the shotgun, running back behind him. And gets it across the 50 down to the 48, so a pickup of about 2 or 3. Third down coming up. Third and 5. Throwing it down the field. He's got a man inside the 15, and that is Treylon Burks, but we do have a flag. It looks like they're going to get Rock Ya-Sin on a penalty here. Still waiting on the call. Packer Nation, I don't think the Commanders win another game this year. I would have to look at their schedule, man. I feel like the offense could be competitive. They just need to get healthy in certain spots. But yeah, trust me, they're not Super Bowl contenders by any means. It's going to be a run to the left, and Krosky Moret picking up about 3, maybe 4 on that one. Second and 7. Run up the middle here, and that'll get it down near the 5. Another gain of 3 for Detroit. Oh, sorry, for Detroit. My goodness. By the Commanders. So, 3rd and 4 coming up for Washington. All right, little end around to the left. He's got some blockers. And Debo just not willing to cut it upfield. Only picks up about a yard, maybe 2. All right, 4th and 3 coming up here, and Marcus not happy with somebody here because they're going to have to use a timeout. At this point, it's just embarrassing. All right, 4th and 3. Can get a first down at the 1. Marcus looking, lofts it, wide open. Debo Samuel alone on the right side of the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Let's freaking go, man. Imagine they came back and won. I mean, it's possible, man. It's possible. If the Texans can score, 26 points in the 4th quarter, I could see Marcus Mariota and this offense scoring something. Granted, Detroit's a little bit of a better team than we saw, but yeah, a little bit better than the Jags, but yeah. All right. Washington going for two here. Looking over the top and incomplete. Great coverage by Detroit, man. All right, let's look around, see if there's any scores that's changed. Okay, the Cardinals, man. Now it's 15-38 midway through the third quarter. Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, just about midway through. Just about midway through. Late in the third, the Rams were able to tack on a touchdown. So now it is 28-14 over the 49ers. Cardinals back in the red zone. Uh-oh. Seahawks, man, they're letting them get back into it, man. Gotta be careful. Like I said, man, we've already seen what a 26-point fourth quarter today, and then a couple weeks ago the Broncos scored what 33 points in the fourth quarter. It's crazy, man. All right, Swip kick picked up at around the 8, and a great coverage by Washington, getting Vakai down inside the 20. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 18-yard line. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. Looking, Montgomery trying to pick his way through this defense, but is only going to pick up about 2, maybe 3. All right, 2nd and 7. Goff under center, fakes the handoff, throws it out to Williams. He's to the 30, to the 40, to the 50, and will streak his way down near the 40 of Washington. Just a shallow cross from the right to the left. And Jameson Williams, with that kind of speed, man, he's going to be able to run away from just about anybody in the NFL. Yeah, right now, Dan Campbell is obviously trying to make it a point to give Williams something going here. 5 catches, 102 yards, and a single touchdown. Ball at the 38. Goff hands it off to Montgomery. He's got some room, and he's going to find his way all the way down to the 29, a gain of 9 for the former Chicago Bear. David, you can't just talk about speed like that. It's a family show. Oh. Sorry. Won't happen again. Actually, that's not a promise I can keep. So, I'll try to be more conscious of it, but earmuffs, earmuffs. Second and 1. Play action. Goff with time and tries to get it to Jahmyr Gibbs underneath. Incomplete. 3rd and 1 coming up. All right, 3rd and 1. Goff under center, fakes the handoff, throws it over the middle, and he's got Jameson Williams to the 20, to the 15, and down near the 11, dude. This Commanders team cannot stop Jameson Williams. Can't play man coverage with him. Like, the best you can do is probably zone at this point, but even then, what do you worry about? Him going basically down the field, or him kind of doing a little shallow cross like he's had the last couple plays? All right, 1st and 10. Goff under center. St. Brown in motion. Hands it off, and Jahmyr Gibbs picks his way down to the 10, gain of 2. And once again, Jahmyr gets another handoff. This one goes nowhere. 3rd and 8, right at the line. All right, Goff in the shotgun. Jahmyr to his right. He's got 2 receivers on that right side. Looking, throws, and it'll be incomplete. 4th and 8 coming up. And Detroit might have to settle for a field goal here. And Bates' kick is woohoo! Oh, that was a knuckleball coming out. That looked ugly, but it goes in. It goes in. All right, man. All right, Detroit, man, able to extend the lead just a little bit. Not able to respond to the touchdown for Washington, but they now have a 19-point lead. Tonight's game should be interesting. Rodgers is 0-2 in prime time this year, and Herbert is 3-0. Should be a good one. Absolutely, man. I agree, man. It's gonna be interesting because like the Chargers, they're very much like a Jekyll and Hyde. You don't really know what you're really gonna get with them. Because one week they look like one of the best teams in the AFC. The next they're like, ooh, Jesus. It's like, so are they just not going to play actual football? So yeah, it's an interesting franchise that they have over there in LA. But for the Steelers, their defense has looked better since that Packer game. But I mean, they looked terrible in that Packer game, especially in the second half. So we'll see what they do. I mean, Herbert is a borderline top five quarterback. I think it's he oscillates between top three to top seven, kind of like back and forth. If the running game for the Chargers can um, be what they hoped it is, I think they should win that game tonight. But that's the thing. That running game is so inconsistent. San Francisco touchdown. Boo. 28-7. Get it together, Rams. Don't lose this one. Okay, thanks for the second opinion. I'm still not sure who to pick between Chargers and the Steelers to win. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. I'm going to have to pull it towards the Chargers, only because Chargers, in my opinion, have a more complete team with offensive weapons. That's true. The Steelers did add Marcus Valdez Scantling, or MVS. So he's had a history with Rodgers. Obviously, the Packers drafted MVS a while ago. I think it was back in 2017, 2018. Caught 13 touchdowns with Rodgers during his time over there in Green Bay. And yeah, man, he's not going to be a true, game breaker, but he can stretch the seam. He can blow the top off of defense if they don't account for him. Plus, he was with the Chiefs for 2 years, man, when they won the Super Bowls. He did not have a big role in that offense, but he did have a role in that offense for a bit. So, well, something to look out for there with that chemistry that him and Rodgers have potentially. 1st and 10, Marcus Mariota taken down for a sack back at the 16, so a loss of 5 there on the sack. 2nd down coming up. It's in LA. Okay, there we go. Packer Nation. David, that's rude. Always root for Chargers to Charger it, unless they are playing the Raiders, Broncos, or Raiders or Broncos have better records. That's fair. That's fair. Rodgers always plays horrible in Cali. Fortunately, you're not wrong, man. Anytime he was going up against San Francisco, especially in the playoffs, man, it would just... I don't know if he would get into his head or what, but it just never worked. Throw to the left, and it's caught by Zach Ertz, man. A heck of a catch that sets up a 3rd and about 3. Marcus in the shotgun, running back to his left, two receivers to the right side. Looking, throws, and unable to connect with Deebo Samuel, man, running up the middle. That was a heck of a throw by Marcus Mariota, man, but great play on the ball by Millette. Number 27, dude. Gotta give it to him, man. He did a heck of a job on that one. Otherwise, Deebo is catching that one and going off for some big yardage. So, 4th and 3 coming up. Commanders would still be losing if JDS was playing. Oh, yeah. No, unfortunately, Jaden Daniels was not really moving the needle for them this year. I think there's something going on. I think it's the offensive line. Part of it is, and also there's just no running game for the Commanders right now. When they were playing their best kind of football early in the season, that's when Krosky Moret, he was running well. But since then, man, the kid has just not been the same. I don't know if teams finally got some film on him or film on the offensive line. I don't know what it is, but it just hasn't been there since week 3, basically. Week 3, week 4. All right. Detroit with the ball now here inside their own 20-yard line again. 53 seconds left in the third quarter. Sorry, I knew it was the third quarter. They were showing Aiden Hutchinson. I was wondering if there was something up with him, but no. That was dumb to trade away Robinson when they did. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with that. I understand they may have had like a bunch of backs there that they liked, but I don't know, man. It's going to be a run with Jameer. He picks up 3 or 4 yards. Second down coming up. 2nd and 8, actually, so only 2 yards. Yeah, and to be slightly fair to them, Robinson hadn't really shown what he was. He didn't really look the same outside of that first year that he played for them. You know, he didn't have great numbers. So I think when they saw an opportunity to kind of flip him for some value, they're like, okay. Quick throw, gets it out to St. Brown, and he's going to be down near the 33, 34. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter here. So, yeah, obviously in hindsight, it probably would have been smart to keep Robinson, especially don't trade him in the conference. But you know, the first month of the season, they weren't really missing him too much. But now, when things are going wrong, that's when you could have used that guy that has, you know, he's done pretty well. He did pretty well with you. All right, we're in a commercial break here. We're in between quarters. So, speaking of quarters, early in the fourth, the Cardinals are still down at 15-38. Seahawks do have the ball at Arizona 17. And the 49ers did score a touchdown. I don't know if they missed the extra point or they simply just try to go for 2. But the Rams have scored a touchdown. 10:04 left in the fourth quarter, and the Rams have a 15-point lead over the 49ers. And Eddie Pinheiro missed an extra point, so that's why it's 20-35 instead of 21-35. Packers Nation, Coach, I miss you. I promise you the Lions won't look like this on Thanksgiving Day. That's what I like to hear, my man. That's what I like to hear. Plus, I feel like the Packers match up better with Detroit than I think some people think. The Packers are really good at stopping the run right now, even though they gave up a lot to Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle is like a different type of running back, man, when it comes to than Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm not saying like he's better. Jahmyr has clearly shown he is one of the best running backs in the NFL. But in terms of like the amount of size that he has, Rico Dowdle he hasn't beaten that one, and that's usually where the Packers struggle. They struggle with big physical backs, not necessarily with speed. So Eddie Pinheiro extra point is blocked. Okay, I can excuse him for that then. I thought he just missed it, but okay. Yep. Yeah, and Eddie Pinheiro, he's been perfect so far in his not extra points, but his field goals. I think he's like almost 20 for 20, something like that. So to see him miss a kick, I would have been surprised. But yeah, knowing that it's blocked makes a little bit more sense. It's a run up the middle, and Jahmyr Gibbs picks up 3 or 4. I have that feeling Josh Jacobs is about to explode very soon. Let's hope. Figuratively, obviously. It's going to be an end around, and Khalif Raymond gets away from a tackle, gets a first down, and will be near the 50-yard line. A nice little end around there to the left. Looks like he's coming up with a little bit of a limp here. All right, 1st and 10 from the 49, just a yard away from the 50. Play action, rolling out to his right, gets it out to Sam Laporta. He's to the 50, stiff arms a guy, and he will fight his way across the 45 down near the 43. The former Iowa Hawkeye just freaking running strong, man. All right. 2nd and 2. Call from the shotgun. Toss to the right. Jahmyr's got some blockers. He's to the 40, to the 35, 30. And he is gone to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Jahmyr Gibbs. Well, dang it. That's not what you want. That's what she said. It's going to explode soon. Come on, David. This is a family show. Come on. Come on. Now we got to move from a G to a PG now. Come on. And the extra point is blocked. Let's go. Small victories. Dang it. I'm innocent. Yeah, I don't know. That smile in the chat says different, my man. Dang it, man. I really was hoping the Commanders could actually try to make this just a little close, man. But that defense just can't hold anything. It's like a newborn, man. Just right through the diaper. And speaking of 41 points, the Seahawks have scored another, actually they kicked another field goal. So now it is 41-15 over the Arizona Cardinals. So, yep. So we went from the closest game midway through at halftime to now the second biggest blowout of the late afternoon games. The Rams are still up 35-20 over the 49ers. The 49ers have a 4th and 4 from their own 41. 8:36 left in that game, so I'm assuming they're probably going to have to go for this one, see if they can pick it up. Yeah, so far the Lions with a 517 total yards on offense in 41 points. Dang, dude. Taterhead, what's up? What's up? Oh, we got the sunglasses. Oh, I don't have any sunglasses in here. Dang it. Left them in the car. All right, hold on. Ugh. Hold up. What's going on with the hair? Come on. There we go. There we go. All right, we still got 12:50 in this game. Jesus. Yeah, the NFL needs to institute a rule, like especially with blowouts, man. Like just once you get it, like if it's like this, where it's 25 points and it's within 3 minutes, just come on, just keep the clock rolling. I know I said 3 minutes, but sometimes it's like well, we got 8 minutes left. Let's just keep the clock rolling. Taterhead, it's so bad that the president left. 1st and 10. Marcus Mariota keeping this one, and he slides at the 22. Jet Campbell chasing him down. Why are the fans for Washington still here? Hey, man, guarantee you these tickets weren't that cheap. Especially for the close ones, you're probably spending like at least 120, maybe. Like I know that as the team gets worse, the prices go down because they're trying to get people to come to the games. But still, man, if I'm dropping even if it was like $80, I'm staying for the whole thing, man. Maybe I'll try to beat traffic after a while, but I don't know. Throwing it down the field, and it's caught. Zach Ertz with a contested catch, and he is down inside Detroit territory. Woo! Harper, the defender for Detroit, nearly able to make a play on it. Yeah, especially in this economy, man, you got to get your money's worth if you're going to go anywhere. And it's going to be a false start on the Commanders. First and 15. Hand off to the right. It's got some room across the 50 down to the 46. And that's a good run by McNichols. If I was him, I'd walk down to Dan Campbell, take his headset, and tell him you'll fire, and tell him to get out. Woo! Woo! Not yet, not yet. If they play like this next year, then yeah. It's been a weird year. You gotta give Dan Campbell a little bit, especially because he had such a great year. If anything, it's balanced out. Now, if he has another bad year, then you probably have a chance. Now you can make the argument that last year, 2024, was a fluke, maybe. So I think you give Dan Quinn one more year, at least. And there's going to be a quick throw to Zach Ertz on the right side, and he picks up some decent yardage. 3rd and 5 coming up. Brian Branch slow to get up, and he's going to head towards the sidelines. David, that's unnecessary. Come on. Mariota, throw a pick 6. I won't see it, but I'll feel it. There you go. The force is powerful with that one. Taterhead, its quarterback should never have been in the game when they were losing badly last week. Yeah, for sure. I think once again it is a hindsight thing, and I think they even mentioned that Jaden Daniels didn't want to leave the game. Still, Dan Quinn would have had the opportunity to take him out regardless, but I think Daniels was coming back from an injury, and I think they were just trying to knock that rust off. Throw to the right and incomplete. 4th and 5 coming up. Rock Ya-Sin with some nice coverage. Rams TD. Oh, snap. All 3 games have teams winning 41 until this extra point. Ooh-wee. Dang, dude. At least the Cardinals were able to score a touchdown now. It's 22-41. And what the heck was that? An incredible one-handed grab by Deebo Samuel. Literally, a guy draped all over him. Just almost a Hail Mary. In the sense that, let's just throw it up there and see if he makes a play. Catching it along the left sideline, and it's a 1st down from the 24 for Washington. We got 9:35 left in the game. I mean, I'm being optimistic here, but... Oh, Dan Campbell is throwing a challenge flag saying that it's not actually a catch. Deebo just bobbled it, so we'll see. Once again, I hate when the NFL just shows the worst angle possible. From what I could see, he caught it, and it's a catch. So I'm assuming the Lions are going to lose a timeout here. But I think, if anything, Dan Campbell was just saying, hey, let's try to, worst comes to worst, if we don't win the challenge, we're at least stopping any kind of momentum that they could get. So, all right. So, scoring update. I mentioned the Cardinals. It is now 22-41. About less than 10 minutes left in that game. The Rams scored a touchdown. Thank you for the update, my man. Appreciate you. They are now winning 42-20 with less than 5 minutes left in that game. Or actually 5:10 left in that game. I'm assuming it's not a catch. I have no evidence, but based on the dust under my monitor, not a catch. You know what, man? Sometimes, I mean, that's better rationale than sometimes what the NFL gives us. Why was that not a fumble with the Eagles a couple weeks ago? They're like, because of his momentum was stopped. No, it wasn't. They blew the whistle. No, they didn't. Because of the atmosphere and the sun rays didn't hit the ball correctly. So by Rule 76 of Article B, if that happens, they keep the ball. Honestly, if the NFL would have said that, that would have made more sense with what they were claiming was was their reasoning for not giving the Giants a fumble during that game. All right, so he lost that challenge. They lose a timeout. All right, 1st and 10, ball to the 24. Marcus Mariota handing it off, bouncing it to the right side, and that picks up 2 yards down to the 22. NFL channels there. Arnold, it's not a Tuma to be like it's not a catch. It's not a Tuma. That guy. That freaking guy, man. His delivery, impeccable at times. All right, 2nd and 8. Marcus looking, throws it over the middle, finds McNichols for a gain of about 4. Inside the 20, down near the 18. 3rd down coming up. Gotta give it to the Cardinals, man. They were down 35-0 at some point in this game. Since then, they have outscored the Seahawks 22-6. 3rd and 3. Handoff up the middle. Gets a 1st down across the 15. Down inside the 10. Down near the 9. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Commanders here. Clock is going to continue to run. They're going to be just under 8 minutes before they run this next play. All right, handoff to the left, cuts it up the middle, gets it inside the 5 and down to the 4. A nice pickup of 5 for Washington. Second and goal. 2 receivers to the right. Mariota in the shotgun. Keeps it. Flat route. Touchdown, Washington. And that's going to be to the backup tight end there, Sinnett. All right, man. I got to give it to the Commanders, man. They're not just giving up, man. They're still trucking it down the field. Not necessarily on this play, but I'm talking about earlier. All right. Weirdly enough, we have the same score that the Cardinals and Seahawks game has. 22-41. Washington going for 2. Mariota. Play action. Looking. Being chased. Taken down and brought down. Jeez. Just throw the ball, man. Just throw the ball. Come on. Oh, there's a flag. And it's going to be a holding penalty on Detroit. So they're going to redo the 2 point conversion. This one that's going to be moved up to the one. Handoff up the middle, and oh, unable to get it. Jack Campbell, 1-on-1, able to pull him back. Wow, dude. Damn, that's a heck of a tackle there by Jack Campbell. All right, well, the Cardinals just ruined the symmetry now. They tack on an extra point. Actually, no, sorry. The Seahawks actually messed up the symmetry here. They kicked a field goal. Now it's 44-22. Unbelievable. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kittle. Woo. San Fran, man. 26-42, 3 minutes left. Two-point try is intercepted. And that's going to be for the San Francisco game. Hot dang, dude. Yeah, dude. Jonathan Taylor, nearly 300 yards of total offense from him today. All right. Got the backups in. Montgomery picks up 8. Yep. Over 200 rushing yards for Detroit there. No sacks given up. And once again, they have the backups in at this point. Jared Goff is done for the day. And David, San Francisco's onside kick fails. Wah, wah. All right. 2nd and 2. Ball at the 42-yard line. Sorry, at 38. Another run up the middle, picks up a first, and David Montgomery getting it down near the 31. First and 10. Rolling out to his right, and that'll be incomplete. Sorry, I should probably move this ball over just a little bit here. All right. Rams with the 2 minute warning approaching. They are up by 16. The 49ers apparently still have the ball. Okay. And Montgomery running, and he only picks up a yard on the play. All right, 3rd and 9. Allen's throw, and it goes right through the hands of Jamison Williams. All right, man. So it's going to be 4th and 9 coming up, and the Detroit Lions are going to have to punt the ball for, might be the first time today. Oh, they're actually going to attempt this field goal. Okay. All right. Jake Bates in to make this 44-22. And right now, the Seahawks game and the Seahawks and Cardinals game is just Detroit and Commanders, because now they have the same score. All right. Detroit is less than 5 minutes away from jumping up to 6-3, keeping pace with Chicago and still trying to catch up to the Green Bay Packers, who play tomorrow night. Kick is away, called inside the 5. The 15 to the 20, 25, and stopped at the 27. Taterhead, technically, Detroit won't be in first place after this game, but Green Bay tied with the Cowboys. No, yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Detroit is still trying to catch up to the Packers. I think if the Packers lose, I'm trying to think here. It's always tough because of that tie, but the Packers do have the tiebreaker over Detroit right now. So yeah, I'd be curious. Green Bay might still be in the lead even if they lose tomorrow night, but yeah. All right, run up the middle, and that's going to be picking up about 3 or 4 yards there for the rookie. All right. The good news is we have reached the 2 minute warning in the other 2 games. Seahawks winning 44-22, and the Rams are winning 42-26. Both of those teams that are leading have the ball at this time. And this run goes nowhere. 3rd down coming up. I didn't know Washington took the 3 oldest quarterbacks in history. Huh. Are you talking about that are currently on the team, or are you talking about when they drafted them? Yeah, because I'm trying to remember. Was it the 70s? Maybe earlier than that. I feel like it was like a long time ago. It was, I think, before the 80s. Um, the Commanders, known as the Redskins back then, they had the ball. Sorry, they had like I think their average age during that season when they had one of the oldest teams in NFL history was like 32, 33 years old. It was weird. Like apparently the head coach, he's like, I don't like rookies. I don't trust young players. Give me the oldest guys because they have been around the league for a while. And they won games that one year, but that was about it. Josh Johnson, 39. Oh, yeah, man. Josh Johnson. Holy cow. He has been around the league for a long time. I think he was drafted in 2008, 2009. All right. Commanders punting this one away, and Detroit. Oh, actually, I never. There we go. Now Detroit has the ball again. Yeah, I'm trying to think here. Who probably is older than Johnson? Is Flacco older? I think Flacco is 40. Rodgers, I think, is 41 or 42. So yeah, Johnson may not be the oldest quarterback right now, but he's definitely up there. He's been a backup basically his entire career. Made some good money over the last 15, 16 years. And Montgomery gets a run up the middle, picks up about a yard or two. Who's the backup for Detroit? I think that is Allen. He played for Carolina. I think he might have actually played for the Commanders as well. That is Kyle Allen. There you go. Undrafted kid. Actually played at Texas A&M for 2 years, but he graduated and graduated from Houston. And yeah, look at that. He played for Carolina when he first came out. Played for 2 seasons with the Commanders when they were known as the Washington football team, and has been bouncing around the league as a backup for a bit. He was in Houston for a year, played for the Buffalo Bills, and then was a backup in Pittsburgh last year. So yeah, Kyle Allen. I remember, I think during his time with Carolina, he basically took over once Cam Newton was kind of teetering out during his time there. Yeah, he went 5-7 back in 2019 with Carolina. Threw 17 touchdowns and 16 interceptions. And to be fair to him, during those 12 games, he was sacked 46 times. Dude, that is an insane amount. That is getting sacked basically 4 times per game. Hmm. I kind of wish they would try out Henderson Hooker. Yeah, where is Henderson right now? Sorry, not Henderson. Hendon Hooker. Oh, okay. Actually, Hendon is no longer on a team right now. So he was with the Carolinas practice squad, and he just got released 5 days ago. On November 4th, he was let go. So yeah, Hendon Hooker is no longer on the team. Carolina had cut him from the practice squad. There we go. Run up the middle, and Montgomery picking up 9 yards on 2nd and 8, and that'll likely be the final regular play in this game. Likely just going to take a couple knees and get to the end of this one. All right. Final scores for Cardinal Seahawks. It's going to be 44 Seattle, 22 Arizona. And then for the Rams, they get a big 42-26 victory over the 49ers. And it's going to be just them and the Seahawks at the top of the division at this point. And it's actually going to be another run up the middle here. Okay. Dan Campbell just being okay with picking up yardage. Not going to take a knee. I feel like he should have never gotten drafted by Detroit. Yeah, man, it was weird. I think they were. I think that was like their. I think they were. It's tough, man. I feel like they did like Jared Goff, but they didn't know for sure if he was going to be a guy that he turned into, obviously. So I think they were like, hey, let's take a guy that is going to be a project who has big upside. And if Goff doesn't work out in a year or two, or maybe 3, we can turn it over to Hendon. But apparently, Hendon just never developed, man. I think that was the biggest issue. So I don't know if it was a coaching thing. Dan Campbell seems to. I mean, they've really resurrected Jared Goff in Detroit. He was definitely not playing like this over there with the Rams. There was definitely flashes when he was with the Rams, but he did not play this consistently for this many years. So, I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of potential that could have been with Hooker, but apparently it's either he didn't go to the right system or just didn't develop. I think the issue was they didn't have a backup because Teddy retired for the 17th time. I think that the same year the Jets didn't understand that their quarterback Travis would never play again. Travis? Who's Travis for the Jets? I think the Saints would have been smart drafting him or a younger QB. Even now, they have. Yeah, man. Yep. Yeah, there's very few teams that have been able to draft and develop. That's why you see a lot of the same teams kind of there at the end of the season. So, yeah, man, if you don't have a quarterback, you don't really have a true NFL contender, in my opinion. So, oh, okay, gotcha. Is he on the team? I don't think he's on the. Oh, a severe leg injury. Oh, that was that kid. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Dang. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember this kid. Gotcha. Damn, dude, that sucks. At least he got drafted though. Hopefully, there was some type of guaranteed money. Yeah. All right, guys. Let me update the records here for these teams to reflect what's going on. Nope. Right. So we will be streaming tonight's game. It's going to be the Steelers at the Chargers. So please make sure you show up for that one, man. It should be a really good game. It should be the most competitive game that we had today, man. Obviously, this one, a little bit of a blowout, but it was kind of expected with what the Commanders have looked like. Obviously, dealing with injuries, dealing with a bad defense, and they're going up against a Detroit team that is starting to play a little bit better as the season progresses, especially as it gets colder. You know, some November, December football. It's usually when they were playing at their best last year until they kind of got blindsided by the Commanders. But we'll see, man. So yeah, Detroit improves to 6-3, and the Commanders will drop to 3-7, and their season, if it isn't already, it's likely just a matter of time before they are eliminated from the playoffs. So, yep. I feel like if they had Pack Squad, they would. I think some of the young players. Yeah, man. It's a balance, man. It's a balance between getting, signing guys that are playing for your team, that are playing well, signing them to not necessarily friendly contracts, but contracts that you might be able to get out of in a year or two if they are not performing, and then drafting well. If you don't draft well, man, we've seen what happens. The Rams are very much a different. Uh, they were the exception to the rule. They were willing to trade away a lot of picks, but after that, man, it was a rough 1 year for the Rams, and then they kind of bounced back after drafting incredibly well. So, yeah. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for me right now. I will be streaming the next game. It starts at I think 7:20, so be ready for that. We'll be back here in about 45 minutes. So, thank you so much to everybody, man. Taterhead, appreciate you, my man. Hope to see you in a little bit here. Shout out to David. Shout out to Packer Nation. C. Strum was in here for a bit, man. I appreciate you, Dahlia. Steve, let's freaking go. Yeah, man, we've had a great day, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please make sure you leave a like on the video. It helps out the channel a ton. And hey, if you got some time, man, check out that Steelers Chargers game. So thank you so much. Once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Thank you.